So this is Legend of Keepers. It's a game about defending dungeons from the pesky heroes with your monsters and traps. And I've got a pretty good run going in endless mode at the moment. I'm pretty confident that I should be able to get all the endless mode achievements. So it's a morale strategy. In this game you can either kill the heroes or you can reduce their morale. It's like a second health bar. You also have to manage your creatures' fatigue, I guess you could call it. Like if you keep using them and they keep dying, they'll permanently die. So you have to sort of keep them on a rotation. So I have a pretty locked in strategy, so I've got a lot of duplicates, so I can cycle between them. I need to get into an actual dungeon so I can talk about the strategy. Sending the fire dragon on that thing is okay. I lose him for 7 weeks. He is quite useful. See, in my first room I have this tanky dragon, but this tanky dragon does not have good fire resistance, so the fire dragon can cover for him if there's some heavy fire damaging heroes, but it's not needed. And I often just don't have a tank at all in the first room anyway. I have a lot of time watches. My first room, the main strategy is the time watches. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 time watches. Okay, what was I doing here? Black market. Is there anything I could sell? This guy on the black... Oh, I should sell this on the black market. That would be good, because I have no use for her at all. She doesn't do anything to morale at all. Okay, this would be good. This will be good. A champion round. So I could... It doesn't really matter here. I could just put that in. So I have a choice of 3 different tanks. See, the worst resistance on this tank here... This is the best tank overall, but his worst resistance is air. So I have this dragon who has very good air resistance as like a backup to use instead of him. So, let's see. Okay, so something... Alright. Okay, let's start with this. So, the Time Watcher. His area skill down the bottom here. How do I... Okay. His area skill down here deals 20% of target's current morale. So this starts off as doing 10%, but once you get him high enough level, it does 20%, which is very strong. It's very good. It's quite good in endless mode as well, because the enemies are scaling up. Here you see they're level 36, level 35, level 37. They have a lot of morale, so something that does 20% of their current morale does a lot. and it's only if they're slower than him. And you can see, if I put him, yeah, okay. So this is his normal speed, 90. You can see it down. How do I make that permanent? It says info right click, but right clicking just puts him away. Okay, anyway, his speed is 90. One of the enemies' speed is 115, so he will not get his morale reduced, but I have this winged boots. Monsters placed at the front gain 40 speed, so what I can do is put one of these at the front, and he will now be fast enough to reduce all of their morale. And even though two of them hit front, two of their attacks hit front, which makes it like a pretty good round to use a tank, I'm going to use no tank because I want to hit all of them. So I need to put someone in the front to get the winged boots. And what I can do is use a Megumi, my Megumi. What is she? She's a Futakuchi Onna. But her name is Megumi. So she gives all monsters a guaranteed critical hit. That makes the morale hit even stronger. My artifacts. This one is very good. It makes the guy at the back absorb the first hit and reflect it, but the main thing is like not taking any damage. This, you get 3 random bonuses. That's nice. Sometimes that even gives you speed as well, and the speed can give a Time Watcher speed, which makes them able to reduce the morale of someone who they wouldn't ordinarily be able to. Horn of Plenty. Horn of Plenty, crits, good. You can crit with morale as well. This one is good as well. Applies Terrified to all heroes when a demon is defeated. Terrified makes you do more morale damage. Yes. I used to have earlier in this endless run, I used to have an artifact that made training costs lower. Maybe the first, like 2/3 of the run. And then I just replaced it with this one. So when I use a dragon tank, I often use this trap, which makes the life of a random dragon in the next group higher. Here I used a trap that makes the next trap trigger twice, so I might use this trap, minus 70 life or morale, depending on which is lower. I could use this though. Nah. I'd have to go back and change that one. This is your intern, which is kind of funny. The game has some good humor. So this dragon, tanky at the front, boosts the power of the person behind him. This guy reduces the morale of the enemy at the front, and it can ricochet. And this guy reduces morale to the guy at the front as well. I used to use my first attempt at Endless, or not my first attempt at this kind of morale strategy. I used 2 creatures from the ocean set, whatever they're called, Neptune or something, that reduced the morale of the hero at the back, and it was very strong, but I don't like it because my master, which is your last line of defense, his morale attack aims at the front, so it's kind of a point of failure that you could reduce the guy at the back to almost fleeing and then die. This monster set could die, and then you go on, then the heroes go on to fight your master, and he starts reducing the morale of the guy at the front, and it doesn't even matter that the guy at the back is about to flee, because like you have to get through everybody to get to him with the master. So I think it's better to use only creatures that attack the front, so that the master can finish off, in a worst case scenario, the master can finish off what you've done so far. Yeah. So you can see here the 20% morale damage move with the guaranteed critical from her. It does a lot. And he's got the speed bonus from winged boots, so he also hits this very fast hero. And this guy from the Scaland figurehead also got a speed boost, so he's also going to hit everyone, which is very fortunate. And yeah, this is a champion round, but it really doesn't feel like it, does it? They're already quite low in morale. None of these guys really counter what I'm doing. So it's going to trigger a lot of times, that trap, because the first trap added triggers to the second trap. And they're already running away. When one of them dies or runs away, it reduces the morale of the others as well, so that was kind of a chain reaction. I can get another lure. I don't need 2 lures. You can also just skip for more gold. The Bat Mask is an interesting artifact. I've never tried it though. I only unlocked it recently. But I don't want to lose any of my current ones. I don't need to use a doctor because I'm full health. Upgrading this is quite good because I'm giving it extra triggers with this trap. Maybe this I could also upgrade. Maybe eventually it will get another trigger. I don't actually know though. It's kind of a gamble. Maybe it caps at +2. And it's quite expensive. Let's do it. You can also improve your master with this one. I don't really need regen because I'm full health, so I'll only do that if I have leftover from doing this. Leftover blood. You get blood from killing heroes, and you get tears from making them run away. Primarily. See, I can send this ghost to get some blood, and I have, I only need 1 ghost, and I have 1 backup high level ghost and 1 backup low level ghost, so I can spare one of the ghosts to do that. So here I can choose I can go for the gold, I can go for the easy fight, I can go for getting a monster. I don't really need anything at this point. But gold is useful for upgrading everything, so I think I'll just keep the ball rolling and get as much gold as I can. Unless there's a particular monster I really need. No. I've got enough of everything, really. Alright, so here these 3 guys died. So we can give them a rest, we can sub them out. we can set them all out like that. Now everyone's fresh, and we can go get some gold. With endless mode, you kind of just want to reduce the odds of catastrophe, because if you have a strategy that has like a 3% chance of dying, you will die before you get all the endless achievements. So I kind of had to deliberately change the way I make decisions. So like, if there's a strategy where it's probably going to do heaps of damage or heaps of morale to them, but there's a chance that it could fail, that's not as good as just like doing a moderate amount of damage, but more or less guaranteeing that you'll do that. Because yeah, that chance of failure just ends the run eventually. Again, we have a really fast guy, so I'll do the Time Watcher at the front to get the speed boost and give them more critical, so they hit even harder. Yeah, I'll just do the... I only got this lure trap very recently. Up until now I've been using other stuff, but I think I might just use it a lot. Luckily they get a rest that heals them their health rather than their morale, so I don't really mind. She also has a morale attack, which is nice. So now they've done their guaranteed criticals that they got from her. And they've done more than enough to justify their existence. The first room of monsters is usually going to die. You have a whole dungeon to slowly whittle down the heroes. This intern is good at doing the morale strategy. Here we can rent out our traps. This is interesting, because most of the run I've been using both of these traps, but it's changed now. Now I've got enough of this monster type. I can cycle them out and just use them. I don't really need the dragon tanks anymore. And I don't really need these traps that make the dragons tankier, so I can rent them out for some money. Here I have a lot of tiers that are kind of useless. I can convert them all into blood. With all this gold and blood, I can train my monsters. That's pretty cool. A free level up on the Wind Dragon, not that I really need him. But it's good to have backup creatures just in case some disaster happens. I'm at week 232, I want to get to 260, I think it is, for the last achievement, the last Endless Mode achievement. I'll go for the Master bonus here. Cycle out the tired monsters. There's no reason for him to be in that room. It was a little bit more dynamic when I was using the dragons to tank. Like I would have different formations depending on what the heroes were doing and use different dragons to tank. But now I can kind of just do the same thing every dungeon, I think. I kind of like putting the lower level one at the back because he gets a free damage absorb. So it doesn't matter that he's less HP, but he absorbs a hit for free because of that artifact. So he can get more value out of absorbing a free hit if he has less HP, kind of. That guy's both fast and he gave himself a dodge, so he has... See, this guy is not fast enough to lower the guy at the back's morale, but that's okay. It's totally fine if you're reducing the morale of the front too. That's enough usually. The back move reduces morale by less than the front move, but it applies Terrified. But all of the enemies already have a lot of stacks of Terrified, so I can just go straight to the first move. One, two, three. She absorbed. She's immune to master spells, I see. Bye-bye. Yes. Trainer. So I usually just train up whatever's the lowest level. Whatever's lower level and actually useful. So I might stop training the dragon tanks. I can do another siege. No! I don't want to get rid of this one. This. Yeah, this one's good. I kind of got tricked by the fact that they were grayed out, like that I wasn't allowed to pick them, but it... Yeah, that one's okay. Oh, wait. That's not even my highest level imps. So that's totally fine. But then I would only have 1 imps. So like if I unexpectedly lose those imps, then I'll have no imps. At this stage, this close to the achievement, it's probably not worth it, honestly. But like up until this point, I've been playing the long game and taking options like this, prioritizing the long term. But I might start prioritizing the short term this close to the end. Actually, no, it's fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, it's still not increasing the amount of triggers yet. So this and this give the same amount of gold, but this one is easier. Also, this one gives them a resting room that recovers morale, and this one does not. So I'll probably do this room, this dungeon, I mean. You can have a rest, you can have a rest, you can have a rest. So that guy is faster than my watches. Except if I put one at the front. Lure. It's also nice that the lure reduces morale. It's a nice bonus. I wonder if I used a lure and then this, it would increase the maximum life of a dragon 3 times by 100%. That would be a tanky dragon, now that I think about it. I should try that. Especially against a squad if they mostly target front where the dragon's sitting. Not the best, but I kind of want to see it. I want to see it. Let's just see it. Increase the dragon's HP by 300%. Let's see if it works. So he's fast enough because he's at the front. He's using that artifact, so he hits all of them. This one is not... Oh, he is fast enough? Wait. No, he's not fast enough. Yeah, so he only gets 2 of them. Which is fine. They heal their HP, which doesn't matter. Once again, they already have plenty of stacks of Terrified, so I don't need to do the second spell. And they're about to get more stacks of Terrified from here. Okay, let's see. 1020 HP. Yeah, that's pretty funny. It does seem to work. Bye bye. Train arrogant? Yeah. This guy's particularly good to train because his increasing his power boosts this attack, which often hits all of the enemies. Like these guys, they just do a percentage, so I'm pretty sure. I don't know, actually, I have no idea if. I don't know if boosting their power does anything. And if it does, it probably doesn't do as much as it would for this guy. And it's also good to improve the tank, make him tankier, although this level up doesn't do that. Future ones will do HP or resistances or something, probably. And with the rest of them, it's mostly just like getting in one in. Maybe they get a little bit tankier, they get in one extra turn to do their move one more time. That's the main thing. But yeah, this guy probably gets the most value out of level ups at this point. Plunder. So we're only 11 weeks away from the achievement. It's getting to that stage where we could stop playing for the long game. This is nice. Very low risk of injury just for some gold. I like that. Still don't have enough to train anyone though. Some kind of ogre claiming to be a monster trainer. Oh, that's nice. Level up. Although they're not ones that I really use anymore. But I'll keep them for a rainy day. In case everybody gets sick from some random event or something. And we need to whip out the old dragons. Master bonus is nice. Because I can just keep stacking them on. Everyone's healthy. I could go for the easy fight, but let's go for the extra gold. Let's see. Everyone is... Oh, this one's quite fast. Heroes gain 2 random bonuses when the Valkyrie is killed. Does that include when she runs away? I don't know. Probably not. That skill kind of counters me, but I don't mind it as much as the one, because it can only happen once. The ones that I hate the most are the ones that happen over and over and over, like the ones that let them get morale back constantly. So we want to go fast so we can hit the fast one at least once. And here, what do they attack? Area, back, center. It's kind of awkward for a tank to defend everybody. So I can just use the trap that reduces morale directly instead of relying on dragon HP. So this one only hits the first 2. I think, yeah, so her passive removed all the bonuses that the figurehead gave. Oh my guys. One of the mistakes I used to make was with the Time Watchers. I'd use their first skill to reduce the enemy's speed so that more of them would get hit by the second skill, but it's almost like a trap because a lot of the time they just kill you faster than you can get value from doing like a two-step attack like that. And that's one of the ways you can just die outright if they get past your first room relatively unscathed. That's a good way to fail. So yeah, you just want to make sure that you get some value out of your first room. You don't want to be like, oh, let's make sure I get 100% value. No, you just want to be like happy with a little bit. If that makes sense. You don't have to have them. You don't have to have the time watchers hit everybody and reduce their speed so that they're able to hit everybody. Just be happy with hitting 2 of them. It's fine, because they're gonna die soon anyway. Nice chain reaction there. Whoa, that's a big up. 111 to 147. Damn. That almost feels like 2 or 3 stages of upgrade rather than 1. Doctor doesn't do anything because I'm full health. Upgrade this. Nice. 105 to 130, that's pretty big. And we can make it trigger a bunch of times. Siege for free money. 2 traps that I'm not really using at the moment for a lot of gold. Do I have any? I could black market the Naga or the skeleton dog. Let's black market the Naga, perhaps. It's kind of a useful backup thing to have though. But at this point I have enough backups. The skeleton dog's almost like a worse version of the Futa Kuchi Onna, because it gives guaranteed critical to the one at the back rather than everyone. Although it gives guaranteed critical too, but still, who cares about 2 rounds of guaranteed critical when you're probably just gonna die? Wait, well, they do absorb 1 hit at the back, but still. Yeah, actually, the dog is better than I thought it was. I never noticed that it got 2 stacks at a certain level. So I'll keep it around as a backup. Nah. Don't need skeletons. As sad as that is. Master bonus. Sounds good to me. You can rest. You can sleep. You can nap. Okay. Let's see what we have. Again, someone who's too fast to hit ordinarily, and also probably applies dodge to himself, which makes him absorb 1 hit. So he's very difficult to hit, but again, I'll just guarantee that I hit the front 2. So here at this round, I could have potentially just done dragon tanking, because there's 2 guys that hit front and 1 guy that hits area. Hitting front for fire and ice. I don't really have anyone who's good at both absorbing fire and ice, but I'd probably use this guy because he can absorb ice okay, and he has the most HP out of everyone. So it's like if no one has the best resistances, you just go for the one with the most HP. Yeah. But I think this strategy is fine too. But yeah, in this case, I would go back, put on the trap that buffs the HP of dragons, put him at the front, the Tarrasque at the front, and then 2 Time Watchers behind him. It's hard to tell what strategy would do better, because getting a guaranteed critical on that first 20% is so big. Because, you know, when you're doing percentage of their current morale, that first hit does the most. So critting on it is so good. It's really hard to turn that down. And this strategy just... It just kind of sticks to that principle of guaranteeing that you get some value. Which is what you need to do to reduce that like small chance of disaster. Kind of run out of Terrified, I've just noticed. But I'm almost dead, so I don't really have time to do like a 2-turn combo of terrifying them and then doing the first skill. So I think I'm just going to spam the first skill. My master spell here is about to apply Terrified anyway. Whoa, big hit. AoE spells are nice to remove his dodge, charge. And here we go. Nice chain reaction. She's gonna run away before she even does her move, I think. Yeah. This dragon very rarely dies. Max life. It's useful no matter what happens. Or no matter what you want to do, you can rest. And this dragon can rest for the first time in a long time. Upgrade traps. I probably prefer upgrading traps over workout because it's just nice to stop them from getting to your master in the first place, I guess. And I'm multiplying the value I get out of this trap with this trap. So upgrading this trap feels pretty good right now. Although keeping some gold for course might have been smart, but that's okay. Nice. That's the backup dragon? No, it's not. Oh. Which dragon is that? Level 7. Is that showing what his level will be after the training? I guess it's this guy getting to 7? Because I don't have any level 7. That's kind of confusing. Yeah. I think that was showing what his level will become. That's a bit confusing. Oh, this is interesting. I've never chosen these two this run because they're just short-term things. I've always been playing for the long game. So I can either buff the creatures or debuff the heroes, I think, by the sounds of it. Armor, resistances. Blood is the most precious resource, so I'll just do the one that uses the least blood. Therapist. Think. The therapist was not enough to get them rested back up. My stronger dragon tank. Okay, champion fight. Another speedy one. Can't be affected by demoralized. That's the morale, damage to morale over time status, which I don't really rely on. Randomly move all monsters to another position. So if I ever needed a reason to not try to make a tank formation, it's him. Randomly shuffles your guys. Another reason why just not using a tank at all is good. Yeah, seems good. Can use the lure. It's only in the first fight that he shuffles, so I could tank in the second fight. There's a front aiming move here. But I'll just keep doing what I've been doing lately. Seems good. It's definitely earlier in the run. The earlier you are, the more sort of improvising and switching things up you have to do. But at this stage I've kind of got all the things I need to fight every monster group the same way, really. Just fight every hero group the same way. So now that I've noticed they've removed the Terrified and I'm at full HP, I think it's worth applying the Terrified. Yeah, I don't really know if it was worth it. Already one of them lost it. It doesn't really matter either way. The Headless Knight is not a bad morale unit. Not bad. Pretty good, very good actually, but I like these guys better. Trainer. Let's get my backup up. I always click up here, but you have to click down here. I don't know why I always do that. Gold. How can I resist? Lose? Nice, I lost like one of my least important monsters. Business trip. See, at this stage, I'm only 6 weeks away from the achievement. Maybe I shouldn't be sending people on business trips. Yeah, let's start playing sort of more short-term oriented. Don't have enough to upgrade the traps that I actually care about. See, at this point I'm kind of tempted to just take the easy fights. Because I'm so close. I think I should just take the easy fights. Let's just play like super short term. Like switch gears completely. And like change to sprint mode rather than marathon mode. Again, they have a fast hero, so all the more reason to put a time watcher at the front. First hit is so huge. See, they've already done more than enough work already. But this guy's gonna get some morale back. They haven't removed their terrified. So it's a simple first skill spam. I've actually sacrificed some monsters to make this guy stronger over the period of the adventure, I think. You can make some choices, you can sacrifice some things to make your intern stronger. Nope. Just 4 weeks left. I'll train my backup Psycho Imps again. Maybe, yeah. So events are a unpredictable thing, and we're in sprint mode, so let's go engineer. Change the way we play. Plunder. So I can just do the least risky plunder. See, there's one with, oh. Yeah, okay, there's a risk of injury 5%, so we'll do that one. Although I could have done, I probably could have, I don't know if Business Trip has a cancel button, so I could have just done nothing. That would be 0% risk. I usually would take collectors here and let them take some of my HP and just regen it back. But since we're not playing for the long game anymore, I'll go here. Because the thing about the training button is that if you don't have that much money on you, you can just wait till the next training button to like do 2 training buttons worth of training in one go, sort of thing. To be more efficient. At least when you're playing for the long term, earlier on. Let's get this one up to par. Cool, so week 260 for the... Oh, I was thinking that maybe this is sort of like the final boss. to get the achievement, but the achievement just popped already. Well, let's fight him anyway. He can be the final boss. So this is my second or it's my third or fourth endless attempt. I think it's my fourth. I did one skeleton run that actually did quite well. It got to week 150 or so. Then I did a skeleton run that did not so well. Then I did this morale strategy but failed at it and learned from it. And now it's this run where I'm sort of succeeding. Which is cool. The skill also removes all penalties. Well, it only happens once. That's fine. Something interesting about this dragon here, he silences the back hero. So earlier in the run I was actually getting quite a lot of value from this. Like here I could be like, I don't want him to do that skill and remove all the penalties, so I'll silence him with this dragon. Because he does it to the back hero. But yeah. We can just do this. It's fine. But yeah, having the flexible dragon tanks is pretty fun. Figuring out which dragon is the most suitable tank for the situation is how most of this run has gone. And also which position he should go. Like, if everyone's attacking the rear, then the dragon goes in the rear, generally. Or something like that. As an example. Big hit. Vulnerable doesn't increase morale damage, it just increases damage. At least by the sounds of it. So they made pretty quick work of this group, but they still are missing a lot of morale. Nice. Minus 70 morale, apply silence. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's it.